Hey Al, you might want to put your snow boots on.
From diesel or gas pacers to rocket-powered racers, nomads, go-mads, RVs, schoolies, they'll turn it, tweak it, tune it, fix it so smoothly. That's why he's badge. Everybody needs one.
Okay, welcome back. Where are we gonna start, Al? Anyway, let's start with it's minus 13 below or 14 below, and it's going to be like that for 4 days. So what we're going to show you is we're going to show you a video of the outside. Now, basically what we did, we had to come back to Canada because of the virus thing before they closed the borders. So it's very cold back here. Now, like I told you before, last year we had to put one tarp on. This year we tarped the whole trailer. As you'll see, the only place is a little 4-foot section on the roof where the vent is, and where the door is, and the heater exhaust. That's it. Everything else is tarped. Now, it's snowing about 3 inches from the time that we tarped it. So now what I did was today we went around and put snow all around the bottom, as you're going to see. And the higher the snow, the better it is. Now, inside the tarp, it's minus 14 degrees today, which is what, +5 for you for Fahrenheit. And right now it is just about 40 degrees inside the tarps. So that way nothing will freeze. We haven't froze the water line yet, that's our gauge, because the water line runs by the door there. So that's our gauge on how if it gets really super cold. That's the first thing that'll freeze. Now, we use the tank heaters. The tank heaters work. We have the wave, as you know, and then we got a little electric heater in the back. Now, when you use electric heaters, you have to keep them on low, because they draw too much. Like 1500 watt heater will draw 1500 watts. So if you put two 1500 watt heaters in, that's your 30 amp service. So you have to put them on low. And we bought, they have a cool thing in Canada now with Canadian Tires. You can buy curb service. So what you do is you put your order in and then you go and pick it up. So Brad went and picked the order up. So we bought some cheap sleeping bags. Like, I mean cheap. Buy the cheapest sleeping bags you want. So we bought a whole bunch of these sleeping bags like that, Al. Show them the sleeping bags. We bought 3 of these sleeping bags. Now these are usually $80, but we got them for 20. So now the thing is that everybody goes on. We've done this a ton. I'm not an expert by any means, but the reflective doesn't cut the mustard. You can put reflective. I don't even use it. I don't agree with it. It doesn't work. I just use it on the front window sometimes. It doesn't work at all. Now, if you look in this window here, this one here, what we did was when Bob bought his bike, that's that foam that comes in it. So we cut the foam, which is 1.5 inches, and it stops the windows from, it helps a lot. Like way better than reflectives. And I find that on the floor, you either put towels or rugs or something like that. And over the door, we put a sleeping bag, because it's an RV door. It's not made to hold back minus 14 degrees. It's just not. Sorry, it's not. So we put a sleeping bag over it, and that keeps the draft out. Now, I do have a piece of reflective, which I had left over, so I put the sleeping bag between it and the door. That way it won't freeze the door, because the reflective won't freeze the door. The sleeping bag would. So that's what we do. We put sleeping bags on the floor. We put rugs on the floor, and you have to wear slippers. Now, everybody gets on about propane and the heater and all that stuff. You have to run, in this kind of weather, you have to run the main heater, because what it does is heats up the underbelly for you. So don't get it so that this heater doesn't run, because it just, you need it. So I'll leave that with you, and don't forget the blocks for the vents. You have to block them. Now, we only have this vent open. The rest are all covered with tarps. So, the tarps are insulated tarps, not ordinary tarps. They're insulated. They got a 1/4-inch membrane in them, and they're insulated tarps. You get them for, we bought these used for $40. They're new for about $80. So, just mull this stuff over. Block your windows. Your windows are the worst ones. And wherever you got a slide, the cracks in the slide, you got to put sleeping bags or something over there. And you'll find out that it's pretty toasty warm in here. Well, we're in here in a t-shirt. So, and these things are really hurting, aren't you, buddy? Huh? Is it warm enough in here for you? You'd say so, eh? Okay, these guys seem to like this stuff a lot. Hey, Maple, what do you figure? This doesn't look like Arizona, does it? No, it doesn't look like Arizona at all. But they seem to like it anyway. Okay, here we are. Yes, it's cold. But anyway, this is what we had to do. We tarped it in. We got tarps all the way around. We got 1.5 foot of like 6 or 12 inches of snow up. The only thing we never did was a door, because you have to leave this here vent here for the hot water tank and the heater. So we left that open, but that really makes that door cold. So what we're going to do is put a sleeping bag on the inside of it. Okay, so we're still going to get a couple bit of snow, and then we leave this open. This is the front, and then we leave this part open to get at the propane, which you can see. And that's how we got about 2 feet of snow up that side. So the good part about it is we're plugged into 30 amp service here at Brad's, and it's not bad. Now with the tarps like this and insulated like that, we got it going about 2 degrees in underneath the tarp, which is pretty good considering it's minus 15 or 12 right now. So we haven't froze the water line. The key to this is we freeze the water line, we know it's cold out. So right now the hot water line hasn't froze, so that's a good sign. So other than that, I think we got her pretty much figured up. We'll get inside and get warmed up. It's too freaking cold. So yeah, so we'll leave that with you. We'll show you the video on the outside. If you got any questions, put them down below, and we'll get back to you. And that's all I got to say.
Each year, thousands of seasonal travelers suffer from a condition known as SNS, more commonly referred to as stinky nomad syndrome. The good news is that there is a cure. Visit herosoapcompany.com today and help batch end the scourge of needless funk, while also helping veterans in need. Just pick your soap and enter batch at checkout for your discount and help a vet today. It's that easy.
I did you a favor by fixing your vehicle. You're doing me a favor by buying soap, and Hero Soap Company's giving back to the soldiers. So it's a whole pay forward thing. This means a lot to me. As you know, I was in the airborne for 9 years, and it means a lot. I believe in the soap. I've tried it. It works awesome, and that's why I'm doing this. Perfect.
Badge. Everybody needs one. We love our badge. And just remember, he's not asking.